Aquarius workshop, the illusory fear of change. I start with a quote from Pathwork Lecture 230 with the title The Universality of Change. And the quote is as follows. Movement toward expansion implies a willingness to change. You all know that there is a counter movement in the human soul, and that is fear of change. Many of you are quite capable of connecting with the fear of change. It is equally important to connect with the deeper movement, the deeper expression of your soul that constantly moves toward change. Fuller self-expression means change. If there is no change, there cannot be self-expression. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 230. The essence of life is constant change and requires us to have a new, different, agile and flexible attitude in every situation. This sense of freedom, of being in touch with our inner authority, is entirely dependent on our ability to change. There is constant change going on, even in the temporarily frozen consciousness of our immature aspects. Therefore, it is certainly possible to reactivate the frozen forces in the neurotic childish aspect. Only the conscious ego, through devoted self-examination and with the aid of the true self, can teach the ignorant inner child. This causes the blocked energy consciousness to move again, change, and wake up. This melts the frozen energy consciousness and unites with the life force of universal consciousness. A lot will change for the human being who follows this path of development to Aquarius man and wakes up from half asleep. This person chooses change because he has let go of the supposed safety of stagnation, and the inner resistance to the illusory fear of change has been overcome. He has the humility to want to change himself instead of demanding that the outside world changes. He consciously chooses for self-confrontation and does not wait until life forces him to change through an unbearable situation, illness or crisis. Change is an organic process, occurring gradually and naturally on a physical, mental, emotional and spiritual level. The beauty of this process of change is that nothing will happen in this process in a way that could be harmful or cause disharmony. In this workshop we will explore with a loving curiosity 3 fundamental themes of the Pathwork Lectures regarding the illusory fear of change. The first theme, resistance to change. Resistance to and fear of change and maintaining that illusion takes a lot of effort. Illusion always causes tension, because an illusion can never stand by itself. We believe in the illusion that in order to survive we must cling to the idealized image. Unconsciously we have chosen that idealized image as the solution. We believe that the idealized image will bring us safety and security, the instinct of self-preservation, and happiness and pleasure, the instinct of procreation. An illusion creates a vicious circle and causes many chain reactions. The next quote stems from Pathwork Lecture 85. The resistance to change is one of the greatest hurdles to be overcome. It can be rationalized in many ways, but whatever is the conscious reason for such resistance, deep down you all battle against giving up the glory of your idealized self. That, especially, you fear above and beyond anything else. End of quote of Pathwork Lecture 85. The second theme. The true nature of life is change. If there is fear of happiness and growth, there must also be fear of change and resistance to life. Life is change and development. In some areas we can be free and healthy and not resist change, but in other areas we have blocks and we cling anxiously to old habits, creating a crisis in our lives. This pattern is repeated until we let go of the misconception that change is dangerous. Then we are able to give the best of ourselves to life and to desire truth and change. The next quote stems from Pathwork Lecture 183. Change is an integral characteristic of life. Where there is life, there is unending change. Only those who are still in fear and negativity, who resist change, perceive change as something that ought to be resisted. You must be willing to be in truth and to change. And you literally have to pray to the innermost divine functioning within you, soul, to make the change possible. Then you wait for the change to take place in a trusting, confident and patient way. This is the absolute prerequisite for change. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 183. The third and last theme. Trust change. When we know ourselves and stop being afraid of ourselves, but trust ourselves, we trust life. Then we flow with the divine forces. The fear of life, death, love, pleasure, risks, change, the future, and the unknown disappears. Self-knowledge is the key for a fearless attitude to life. The emotionally mature person is never afraid of change and is always ready for change because he knows that change is a good thing he can rely on. He knows that any change takes patience, perseverance, and trust in God's power. The last quote stems from Pathwork Lecture 230. As you grow and overcome distrust of change, you will no longer prohibit yourself from changing and developing and expanding. Then you shall experience the universe and life as intensely trustworthy, desirable, beautiful, and secure. So as you expand and as you grow, not only do you become whole and acclimatized to intense, joyous self-expression, you completely lose the fear of changing. You visualize change as the most positive, desirable state possible. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 230. I wish you peace and all the best. Thank you.